unless you're Charlie Brown, still persistent on playing baseball when the downpours.
Right.
Community devastated. The mankind's on its knees. Your savior comes from out the sky to answer to
Uh,
the falling clouds of thunder. Blasting bolts of steel. Evil's going under. Your will. She is the painkiller. This is the painkiller.
is that the Metal Maniac Chickenmonks?
Pretty much there. One of them.
Yeah.
All right.
So we got any news before I start this thing?
Well, we do. I did send YR a
Yes.
couple of three things here. One is about, one is about Ian Hill's favorite Priest records there, and it should be on. I'm sure YR got it right.
Yeah, I got
Oh,
it. And
yeah.
then did you hear the news about Peter Criss and Ace Frehley coming together for this festival
Yeah,
they'll
no.
be playing?
Yeah,
Keith has that news. I'll
Good,
send
good.
that
Yes,
other-
I remember a couple
got it.
years, before the actual Kiss reunion, 95 at that Unplugged show. Chris and Fraley did a tour together there, and I guess one of the stops was Harpo's Theater in Harpo's Concert Theater, I should say, back in Detroit around. I think it was may have been 94, 95. Before they officially got back together with Gene and
Right.
Paul. Yeah, but it's pretty good there. Besides, I'm sure those guys got a lot of issues with Gina Paul. Like, of course, we're not surprised. A lot of people have nowadays with
Yeah, 'cause they're,
excuse me, with the ticket prices, the merchandise, and everything else. I mean, come on, man. All right, so
You want me to read the article now?
go ahead, dude.
Original Kiss members Ace Frehley and Peter Criss to perform together at Creatures Fest in May. Original Kiss members Ace Frehley and Peter Criss will perform together at this year's Creatures Fest.
Pause, Keith. So, like, this is a huge deal because Peter Criss doesn't tour anymore. He's Kiss's original drummer.
Yes,
he's
he
so glad-
retired. Yes.
Ace Frehley, he's not in Kiss currently, but he does do solo shows. Ace Frehley
Yes, he does.
every year. He does solo shows. They're great. He sings a lot. He plays guitar, obviously. He sings a bunch of Kiss classics, all that Ace Frehley classics.
Yes.
And he does tour, but it's not with Kiss. Kiss tours with Paul Stanley and Gene Simmons, and then
And- Tommy Thayer and Eric Singer wearing wearing Ace and Peter's makeup.
Right.
Yes.
So,
And a lot of people have been, for many years have called out Kiss for doing that. Come on, dude, give us a break.
Yep. All right. Set to take place May 27th to 29th at Nashville's Sonesta Nashville Airport Hotel. Also scheduled to appear at the event are former Kiss guitarist Bruce Kulick and Vinnie Vincent.
Wow.
that's interesting. Now, I confirmed that it's not going to be four of those guys doing a jam. It's confirmed that Peter Criss and Ace Frehley will be jamming together for a couple songs. The promoter confirmed that and made that happen. Because a lot of times these people are on the same festivals but different days. Like this is like a
That's true,
multiple
yeah.
thing. So yeah, Vinnie Vincent's there, and who else did you say? Steve?
Bruce Kulick and Vinnie Vincent. And Vinnie
Yeah, they'll
Vincent
be
will
there, but-
that'll be interesting there. But the thing is, because Vinnie Vincent has been known many times, to cancel things at the last minute. Well, he was supposed to do these comeback shows after his appearance at that Kiss convention in Atlanta. And many times he kept canceling this appearance, canceling that concert, and a lot of reasons because, I don't know, for some reason there, he needs to be watched because from what I understand, the guy has some mental issues, from what I understand. I know on his Facebook page it has a couple of people saying, honor your commitments, and some of the replies there to his post there. But I think, but then again, if he does have mental illness, that pretty much explains why everything's wishy-washy with him. As Now, I don't know if we haven't heard anything from Vinnie Vincent for a long couple of years there, but just the idea that him canceling this show after promoting this show and then later canceling that or postponing it, it's like trying to get this guy, trying to get this singer, trying to get that singer on. One singer had to pull out because apparently he just can't deal with Vinny there. But let's not forget, members of his old band, the Vinnie Vincent Invasion, they decided, screw this guy, and they formed their own band, known as Slaughter. And Slaughter would be more successful than Vinnie Vincent. They were only releasing 2 albums, and then it just went, bye, see ya, don't want to be ya. And it took, 22 years for this guy to finally emerge out of the distance there. At that,
I didn't know that, really?
Yeah, he did.
Solo band became Slaughter?
Yep, absolutely. Dana Strum, the drummer, and Mark Slaughter, who sang on the second record there.
All right. Hold on.
All right. Go ahead, Keith.
Okay. According to Creatures Fest promoter Neil Davis, Chris will join Fraley on stage during the guitarist May 27th set to play a few tracks.
Pause. That would be fucking awesome, though, right? Like,
yeah, it'll be interesting. Yeah,
that's fucking pretty cool, though. Like, obviously,
I'll bet you right now,
not going to be in makeup, but
obviously they're.
But
you know what? It'll be interesting to see. I bet you right now, all the fans who be attending the show would say 20 times better than the Kiss we got now. The show will be. I bet you. Just wait.
Oh yeah.
They both said they were excited about being at Creatures Fest. They were excited about seeing you, the fans, Davis said. And they talked, and they just thought that what would be great for the fans, for all of us, is if they got together and played some songs during Ace's set. Vincent is scheduled to perform on night 2 of Creatures Fest, while Colic will close out the event on Sunday, May 29th. The festival will also feature performances by Quiet Riot, Enough's Enough, Enough's Enough, Vixen, John Corby, Return of the Comet, Corby, Return of the Comet, and Pretty Boy Floyd, among others. Chris first left Kiss in 1980. Since then, he's worked with other bands and released solo albums. He's teamed up with Kiss again for a reunion tour in the 1990s, and most recently in 2004. He was replaced by Eric Singer. In addition to playing...
Eric Carr first. Eric Carr became the first drummer before Eric Singer.
Obviously, Ace Frehley's solo career was way more successful than Peter Criss's solo career.
It was. He had a couple of hits there, yeah. Into the Night was often played on MTV and a couple times on the radio. He had a version of Do Ya, the Electric Light Orchestra tune there, which I wasn't really that big fan of. He had I guess what's called Rock Soldiers, I think it was, detailing the car wreck he had there. I remember hearing that song a couple of times before there. And let's also not forget, one of his well-known drummers, Anton Fig, was also the drummer for David Letterman's Late Night Band. Yeah. He did a lot of drumming on a couple of Kiss. He was one of those guest players on a couple of Kiss albums there. He played on Ace Frehley's solo record and, of course, became a member of Ace's Frehley's comic group that he had for a short while there. He also made an appearance on the Morton Downey Jr. show back in the 1980s, talking about the corporations, rock and roll, and everything else there.
Are you done with the article, Keith?
No. In addition to playing drums in Kiss, Peter also provided lead vocals for a number of the band's most popular and memorable songs, including Beth, Black Diamond, and Hard Luck Woman. Chris, who was known as Catman, released his last solo CD titled One for All in 2007. Peter produced the album himself for the first time and was joined by guest musicians that included keyboardist Paul Schaefer and bassist Will Lee of Late Night with David Letterman. The album featured a range of styles from rock and jazz to blues and Broadway. It included covers of What a Difference a Day Makes and Send in the Clowns. Chris played what was being billed as his final U.S. concert in June 2017 at the Cutting Room in New York City. Frehley, a founding member of Kiss, recently said he is up for a reunion of the original band, but only if the price is right. During an interview on SiriusXM Trunk Nation with Eddie Trunk, Frehley stated about the chances of him playing with his former bandmates. Anything's possible. I've always said that. That's the first question so many people have asked me over the years. Would you ever consider doing a Kiss reunion? I said, I never close the door on anything. If the money's right and it's presented to me in the right way, anything can happen.
They got to do it right, Brown. They're going to have to.
They should at least, what the hell.
We're going
first and foremost, Ace will have to lose a little bit of weight before he fit into his spacesuit again.
Bro. He can still play guitar great.
And also him and Gene, and I know, but also him and Gene need to work their shit out because a couple years back, Gene was talking smack about Ace, and Ace replied back that Gene was a sex addict, almost apparently tried to hit on Ace's wife at one time there. And he also called out Paul Stanley, saying the reason he left twice was because, Gene and Paul are difficult to work with, so there's got to be a lot of straightening out between both sides there.
I'm on good terms with Paul and Gene, which is nice because we created something really special in the early 70s that has outlasted so many other bands. And God bless them. They're still doing it. I'm still doing it. Peter is still around. I'm not quite sure why Peter hadn't toured over the years as much as I have, but it is what it is. Vincent, who was a member of Kiss when the band publicly unmasked in 1983, made several public appearances in 2018 after spending the preceding 2 decades out of the public eye. Bruce joined Kiss in 1984 and accompanied the band on the Animals tour and continued with the Animalized tour and continued with them until the reunion tour. Bruce is heavily featured on Kissology Volume 2 and Volume 3, the band's DVDs spanning their historic 4-decade-plus career. I'm done.
Yes, and Kolick had to fill in for the rest of that. Basically, the guy Mark St. John that they got before Kolick, he was having issues with his right hand for some reason there. So he would do one half of the concert, and Kolick would come in and fill in the rest.
Damn.
So finally, he just became a full-fledged member as soon afterwards. And Mark St. John, who died a couple years back, he was like one of the real speed demons on that record there. He was a fast shredder. And sadly, I don't know what it was that he caught in his hand there. I don't know it was some sort of arthritic condition. But Paul said in the interview at that time that he ran into his girlfriend, asked how he's doing, and she replied, "Not good. His hand is still blue or purple and shit, So we don't know what it was. I got to look that up sometime. What it was, probably later on. And Kolick has been. Kolick has, by the way, been involved in the current lineup of Grand Funk Railroad.
Yes, he's played in a lot. He's been around for a while.
And he was also involved in a band called Union with John Corabi, who you remember used to sing with Motley Crue on that one album and tour.
Who's the one guitarist in Def Leppard who is not original, but he's in the band now? Do you know what I'm talking about? He's like in a lot of groups.
Well, you're talking
curly
about
hair guy.
Oh, Vivian Campbell.
Vivian Campbell, isn't he in Journey too?
No, that's Neil Sean. Vivian Campbell started out with the guitars for Ronnie James Dio.
So he wasn't another. He was one of those guitarists in multiple.
Man, well, he was involved in that. He left for a while. Then he left. He was putting together a project called Trinity. Which
that's what it was. Trinity. Yes.
Yes, And then they later had a project called the River Dogs, which played the Ritz in Roseville one time. I remember getting his autograph. And it's like it was a different sounding project than what he did with Ronnie James Dio there.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, and that was back in 1990. And then River Dogs was more blues based, like more, sounded like more soulful sound rock and roll there. It was a different approach, but it was very interesting there when you look at it there. I asked him about it while I was getting my autograph signed. Got here. Bleh. I'm double talking. Forgive me, folks. I was getting an autograph from him, and I asked him about the project. This is a different sounding project than what you usually do there. And said this is more what he was really into at that time, more blues-based stuff there, which is a pretty good, but it was still a good show to check out. And of course, a year and a half later, he would become the new guitarist for Def Leppard.
Right. Well,
still with them today.
What did you want to? Did you want to touch on the Ian Hill thing news, or you want to go straight into the?
Well, we could talk about Ian Hill right now. Definitely his favorite Judas Priest records that deserve more attention, and two which, by the way, have kind of like been pushed to the side. Demolition and Juggler, the singer with Tim Ripper Owens.
And then this can go in real quick with your record that you bought. Tell the people about that because I don't think they heard. And
that's right.
Then we'll get into the list. Then we'll get into the list after this.
Oh yeah, definitely. Why we talked about it right at the start of the program when we were live here. I bought me, of course, I mentioned, Judas Priest, Sad Wings of Destiny, a double album that you play on 45 rotations. It's the original album, still sounded good, awesome artwork cover.
Bro,
and of course, it's a double album. Yep.
Like I know Ian Hill. We don't have to read the article, but I know Ian Hill said Defenders of the Faith doesn't get much love.
I know.
I always like the artwork on that. That's my favorite album. The artwork.
I love that album in general. It was one of my favorites next to Sad Wings because it was
the Mediterranean.
Yeah, and plus the sound of that album, the production of that was top notch out there.
But if you really, people say, Screaming for Vengeance or
British Steel,
but really the one you got, that album you got,
yeah,
that has, oh my God, it's full of great songs.
I don't
know, would you call those? Would you call any of those deep tracks?
A deep track, well, pretty much deep tracks. Only the Priest diehards know. Tyrant, Genocide, Ripper,
great, but.
Yep. Mm-hmm. Of course, Victim of Changes.
That might be. Listen, when you list out those songs, because there's only two on Defenders I like, Sentinel, and obviously
Love Bites.
No, Free Will Burn.
Free Will Burn in there, yeah.
And
I also got the link
on there I like
earlier today. It was pretty sound. It's good to see that Rob Halford's still able to kick ass to sing in there.
Oh, yeah. So they have. The album you showed, those songs on there. Oh, you can just play the whole album. You don't have to skip any song. Oh my God.
Absolutely, yeah, exactly.
So I would have to say, if you would say, YR, what's your favorite Judas Priest album? I would have to say Sad Wings of Destiny. And what year was on that? 1976?
Yeah, it came out in 1976. It's been through a number of different labels. So, along with the first album, Rock-a-Rolla, and multiple labels. But then again, Priest don't own the rights to this album. Gold Records originally put it out. It was a spin-off label, some other record label at that time. It was came out that year. Actually, came out after the first record, Rock-a-Rolla. And then, of course, they would be assigned to CBS Records. They put out Sin After Sin, and they would put out other albums like Stained Glass.
A great album.
Yep.
And After Sin's not bad either, bro. Sin After Sin, you have, don't they have Diamonds and Rust on there?
This one here? No.
No, on Sin After Sin album, isn't Diamonds and Rust on
Sin
After Sin?
Yes, that one. Yes, that's one of them, yeah. That's one of the many versions of that album here. Of that song, I should probably say there. Yep, second track, Joan Baez's song there. In fact, here's something else. After their performance at Live Aid in 1985, Joan Baez was backstage. Rob Halford would have felt the need to say hi to her. He approached her, and before he introduced himself, Baez was like, "I know who you are. you're the singer of that band that did my song, and I love how you did it. And she was very appreciative of the Priest version of that song there. And I'm wondering if he was still around, we could ask probably Peter Green what he thought about Priest's version of Green Manalishi, because that became a massive metal mainstay when Priest got a hold of it.
Right.
I mean, so there are still people out there to this day who did not know that it was a Fleetwood Mac covered originally.
True. Well, let's get on with the list.
Good. Yes. Okay.
Who's going to start? Who's going to be second? Because I already have a couple right now that are.
I have a couple right now. Yeah.
Well, let Ark start. I'll be second.
Okay.
And then
same order as last week.
Yeah. So it was me. It was Ark first, me second, Keith
me
third,
and me last.
And then
all right.
Brad.
Good.
Okay. I don't know if we did this before or not. Without You, Harry Nilsson covered a Badfinger song.
Yes, and which later got covered also by Heart for that album Magazine that they put out, as well as Mariah Carey.
Yeah.
I know, yeah. Well, at least she did a better job of what she did with Def Leppard, but that'll be later on, a couple of days later.
YR.
Go ahead.
I don't think we mentioned this, but the band was Slade originally, but the band that covered it, Quiet Riot, Come On Feel the Noise.
Oh, yeah. We also they did another one the following year. Mama, We're All Crazy Now.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Bruce Springsteen and the E Street Band did Trapped, originally Jimmy Cliff.
Right. Interesting. And my cover would have to be a band called Mama's Boys, who also covered Mama We're All Crazy Now, the Slade tune, but a lot more powerful, a lot more edgier version there. I saw that on MTV. I was like, holy shit, that is badass to the core there. Now, as far as the Quiet Riot version, they kind of rearranged their version the same way they arranged Come On Feel the Noise. Obviously, it was I don't know if it was the band's idea or the record label's idea, probably both. Hey, let's copy the same shit we did on the previous one, and the kids will like it. Not necessarily. I think the Critical album is sold. I don't know if it sold less or more or whatever it was, but it's just kind of, I don't know. All right, go ahead, Arky.
Okay. My next one on my list, I think we covered last time. Tell It Like It Is by Heart.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm going to go with their cover of a Kiki Dee song, I've Got the Music in Me.
Oh, that was also on the Magazine album. I remember hearing that a couple of times. I had that album there.
I'll throw in a gimme. I don't necessarily like the cover version better, but it's not bad. I like the original better. And it was Turn the Page, Bob Seger, Metallica.
I know yeah, I know what you're talking about there.
Metallica doesn't do it that bad.
I didn't like the video, to be honest with you, that they did for Metallica
cool.
did.
The original is way better, like Bob Seger.
I agree. Well, that one there. And rest in peace to saxophone player Alto Reed, who did the sax on that song there. He died not too long ago, a couple of years back, I believe.
I got Elvis Presley, Tomorrow is a Long Day, but originally Bob Dylan.
Okay.
Yeah, hold on.
Wow. Dr. Earl.
And my speaking of Bob Dylan, I got to throw this one. We talked about the Monterey Pop Festival album with one side Jimi Hendrix and the other side Otis Redding. Jimi Hendrix did his version of Like a Rolling Stone, which was pretty damn good the way he arranged it there. Pretty good stuff there. Got to throw that in there.
Okay. My next one, a singer by the name of Skeeter Davis did it, End of the World, and it was covered by Herman's Hermits.
Ah.
That's
All
about
right.
as obscure as it can get.
I see there.
Hermits. Keith, you heard of them?
No, never.
Hermits Herbits.
Oldies.
Yeah.
They were pretty popular in the '60s.
What's their popular song?
Well,
Mrs. Brown, you got a lovely daughter.
I'm into something good.
Oh, I know that song.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Peter Noonan and his band there.
All right. Yeah.
YR.
Is it my turn?
No, YR.
No, it's YR.
Okay. All right.
All right, the originator of this was Dolly Parton. The song is Jolene. People who covered it, the White Stripes.
Yeah. Also Miley Cyrus and Olivia Newton-John and the Sisters of Mercy.
Ah.
Well covered.
Yeah.
I got Bonnie Raitt, Angel from Montgomery, John Prine.
Nice.
Wow.
John
Thanks.
Prine, as you know, was one of the, I guess he's considered the first COVID-19 casualty from 2020 there. He passed away from that.
Yeah. Keith has done some research.
Good.
Yes.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
good.
I'm impressed.
Thank you.
All right, there. And my pick is from an album called Nativity in Black, a tribute to Black Sabbath from '93. Corrosion of Conformity, covering Lord of This World, original being by Black Sabbath. And man, oh man, did COC did the Sabs pure justice or what? When they did that song. Because at the end of before they got to the end of the song, they decided to da 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 da. They started into that part of which was one of the first albums, the first Sabbath album there. So that tells you how much Sabbath heads, that much pretty much tells you how much Sabbath was they digested there into the songs there.
Okay, my next one is a Beatles tune. Magical Mystery Tour. Covered by Ambrosia and Cheap Trick.
Oh, yeah. A friend of mine named Mary, who's back in Michigan, she went on this Monsters of Rock cruise not too long ago. And the band Enough's Enough, they did their version of that song. She posted it live on Facebook. It's like, oh, wow, not too bad a version there. All right.
Gonna go ahead like Dr. Brown, Black Sabbath.
Oh, yeah.
The song changes, and Charles Bradley covered that one.
Yeah, so, I remember that. Thank you for bringing that up. That was a very soulful version of that song there.
Soul singer.
Very soul singer, which is very something you don't really expect. A soul R&B singer covering the heavy metal group.
Well, although that song's not really heavy.
I know, it is true there. But then again, I got to throw this one here. Did Keith already did his?
No.
Oh, yeah, I'll do you do yours and I'll throw mine in.
Okay, Quiet Riot, Come On, Feel the Noise.
I already did that one.
That was already done, dude.
Are you listening to the show, Keith?
Maybe. I don't know.
Maybe.
Well, sometimes it's hard to pay attention on this particular show because, like, a lot of it.
Now's the time to start.
Okay. Aerosmith, Big Tech Inch record, originally done by Bull Moose Jackson.
Wow.
Wow, I didn't know that was covered.
I didn't either.
Neither did I.
Yep.
All right, there. And I told, and mine would have to be, this is going to be kind of, I heard this back in 1990. This kind of threw me by surprise there. We all know song In My Dreams by Dokken, right? Came out in 1984. Yeah. 1990, a teen dance group called The Party released their teeny dance version of that song. What? And I was like, yeah, I heard that. I was like, huh? Whoa, this is interesting.
That doesn't belong on bad covers?
No, well, not really. Well, it's not really a bad cover. I'm not into that stuff, but at least I don't know. But yet, I don't know. My sister was into that. She often played it when I drove in her car a couple of times there. It was like, it's not that. I'm kind of split between it, to be honest with you. I'm kind of split between bad or good there. Because it wasn't done horribly, it wasn't done crappy, but it was done in its own particular style. When you do take a cover and you do it in a unique original style, that makes it more interesting. That's what I'll have to say.
I agree.
Yeah.
Whose turn is it?
Arcs.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm done for now.
James Taylor covered a Carole King song, and it's possibly his most famous one. You've Got a Friend.
That's obviously
yeah.
there. Yeah, I remember hearing about that.
James Taylor has always been my mom's celebrity crush.
Oh, by the way, there's a singer. There's another version that came out in 1987 by a guy named Michael Cooper. He used to sing for the band Confunction. It was a funky R&B group back in the 70s. He put out his version of that song back in 1987. I heard one time there. That definitely needs to be mentioned there.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I think it's YR's turn. Yeah.
Ark's turn.
No, he already did his.
Well, this is confusing to me, but the band who originally did it, Crazy Horse.
Neil Young and Crazy Horse.
Well, it doesn't say Neil Young, but the song is "I Don't Want to Talk About It," and Rod Stewart covered that one. So I don't know. It says Crazy Horse. I don't know if
it's Neil Young's Crazy Horse, so recording it without Neil.
Right.
Okay. Souvenir.
Did they have a lead singer? Did they ever have a lead singer before Neil?
I don't know. I don't know. I'm surprised about this myself.
Mine is Muse, Feeling Good, originally done by Anthony Newley and Leslie Briskews.
And actually, Traffic did that song too.
All right. My cover, one of my favorite covers have to be one of my guilty pleasures. Now, we all know who Luther Vandross is, right?
Yep.
Yes. Yeah. Yes. He did he would take simple covers of either Dionne Warwick, the Carpenters, and he would arrange them into massive, major epics. And he did this with a song called Superstar by the Carpenters there. He would mix in a little bit of lyrics from Until You Come Back to Me by Aretha Franklin, and they would go into this long-extended, powerful balladeer version of Superstar. And the way it was done, it's like, holy cow. If you're missing your loved one somewhere out there and you hear that song, no doubt you're going to feel blue because you're missing that one person you wish it was by your side there. You know, I remember hearing that on the radio while I was back in Michigan driving around the Wyandotte area during wintertime, and I was like, wow, I just had to stop the car because I was overcome with emotion because there was somebody that I was missing pretty bad at that time.
Ken had a parody donation of Luther Vandross or Barry White. I don't know which one. It was that donation is like
Van Rose.
What?
It's Van Rose.
Oh, okay.
What do you mean there'll be a donation? No, that's Barry White.
Oh, all right.
That's Barry.
It's like I ain't fucking no more white bitches.
I know we should talk about that.
Tony, come on. I mean,
jeez.
Oh.
That's Barry White there. And
all right.
Go ahead.
I'm done.
Okay.
My next one, actually, I think YR covered in the last show is Me and Bobby McGee. Correct?
All right.
So
I don't think I got that one. I don't think I hit that one now.
Oh, Me and Bobby McGee. Janis Joplin, originally written by Chris Christopherson, and Roger Miller did it.
And Christopherson, by the way, credit to him. Not only was a songwriter, he's also an actor. You remember he appeared in movies like Flashpoint, I think he paired. I think was it the first Hellboy he was in? I believe it was. He did. I think he did some vampire movie. I think it was. I forgot the title, but it was. Let's also not forget A Star Is Born with him and Barbara Streisand from 1978.
My God.
All right.
Ladies and gentlemen, the pick is in. R.
All right. All right, Karen.
Well, is it my turn?
No, I think it's YR's turn. Well, Ark, you went first, right?
Yeah, you went first.
Yeah, no, he did mine.
YR's. Yeah, and so it's YR's turn now.
All right.
Hello?
Hello, we
Hey.
hear you.
All right. Richie Valens, La Bamba, was covered by Los Lobos. Ever heard of that group? Texas
Yes,
group,
I have.
I believe.
Yep, I think it's or LA group. I think it may have been.
Is it? Are they an LA group?
I
Or
think
Tex-
so. Yeah,
If they're in San Antonio. Keith, look up that Los Lobos brand. See if they're Texas.
All right.
or
'Cause I
they-
remember they that was a big hit on the radio. I think they were also invited to the home of Richie Valens, somewhere in California, if I'm correct there.
East Los Angeles.
Okay, so I was on right.
Let's see. Lenny. Oh, I used to like this song. Lenny Kravitz, American Woman. Originally, the Guess Who.
Yes, I remember that. That was a big hit there, and Heather Graham. That was for one of the second Austin Powers movie. I remember there, and I remember Heather Graham, the actress from that movie, being in that video, doing all that, dancing up there. I said, "Damn, where is she now? She's still hot as she was back then." And,
I'd never seen the music video.
Oh man, it's pretty good there. You know, it has a lot
Okay.
of. It's pretty not too bad there.
All right.
All right, and my cover is actually under a different title. Now, we all know the song "Boogie Was Stew" by Led Zeppelin. That is
No.
Oh, what you waiting on, man? Listen, dude.
All right. Yeah.
Now, "Boogie Was Stew" was actually a rework of the song "Ooh My Head" by Richie Valens, and that version is on. And the Zepp's version is on, of course, Physical Graffiti on side 4, track 3. And what they did is that I guess, I don't know why they decided to call it Boogie with Stu as anyone's guess there, but they gave songwriting credits, half of it, to Mrs. Valens, which is, obviously they didn't know her first name there, so they gave her half the credits, because it is her son's song that they kind of like borrowed to make this tune there. So Boogie with Stu / Ooh My Head by Led Zeppelin is my pick.
Okay. My next one is another Beatles cover. The song She's a Woman, an instrumental version by Jeff Beck.
Ah, okay there. Haven't heard from Jeff Beck in a long while. Is he putting out albums? Or did he tour or anything?
Well, I
or
think he still is, but I'm not sure.
Because I know I hasn't been doing much as of late there, you know. He should probably go out on tour, do something there, let everybody know, hey, I'm still alive, y'all.
Yeah, I call it an instrumental version, but they actually have vocals in it, but they're distorted vocals.
Oh, okay, so like in the background, I guess, or with some sort of effect on them.
It's an effect. I don't know what they call it, but it's definitely an effect.
Distortion or a flanger or something like that, I think it is.
Yeah.
I got to look that up there.
But look up She's a Woman. He's a great guitarist. Does a good job with it.
All right.
All right. Originator was Aerosmith. And the people that covered it. Run DMC, Walk This Way. And then I guess they collabed.
Yeah, it was them and Joe and Steven there on that version there.
That was the first rap rock collaboration.
Not actually. The year before, the band UFTO, UTFO, I should say there, because the name stands for United Force. They put out an album called Lethal. And the guys and the band who contributed on the title cut was Anthrax.
Oh, all right.
Yep.
Okay.
And that was back in 1985, a year before the Run DMC Aerosmith collaboration.
Oh, all right. Got it. Mark Ronson and Amy Winehouse, Valerie, the Zootons.
Yeah, rest in peace,
The original
Amy.
was the Zootons.
Ah, all right. Okay. And I think there, I got another Sabbath cover for you. This one, but this was also from the Nativity in Black album, tribute album. This was the Bullring Brummies, featuring Rob Halford and two members of his post-peace band Fight, along with Geezer Butler and Bill Ward from Sabbath. It was a version of The Wizard, Rob Halford's distorted vocals, as well, and the song is played at a different key note. Instead of an A, it's done on a G.
Down
That was pretty good stuff there. Very good, yeah.
We're actually at full step.
Absolutely there. Full. Couple notches down, needless to say there.
What's that noise?
What noise? Sounds
What
like talking
noise?
to me.
That was me. I was looking. That was my checking something on my phone there.
Oh, okay.
All right, go ahead.
You're
Go
gonna
ahead,
get Giza Sheets, 1995.
Oh, we skipped
ahead.
me, but okay.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Another Beatles cover by Jeff Beck. Instrumental, A Day in the Life.
Mm.
All right.
Oh, but Bananarama, the
My
Venus.
turn.
It's
It's a YR
we're
turn,
skipping.
dude.
Oh, all right. Okay.
All right, I actually like this version because I remember them playing on the radio. The song is "Smooth Criminal" by Michael Jackson and Alien Ant Farm.
Man, but you remember the video for that song? All those,
I don't, but I just remember the pedal because it's like a rock and roll version of it, basically.
Yeah, exactly. It's kind of a punk rock version, needless to say there, the punk at that time. And the video is kind of funny because it has all these, Jackson video references, chimpanzee, pavements lighted up when he walks on it there. You got to check out the video there.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
I used to watch the video, but I didn't notice the stuff you did. But I'll check it out again.
Oh, it's all over the video there.
Yeah.
Yep.
Bananarama, Venus by original Shocking Blue.
Yep. Big song there. All right, and my cover had to be, it's another Luther Vandross, covering another female artist. Not actually. No, wait a minute. Scratch that. It's covering Stephen Stills. It's this R&B version of "Love the One You're With," and like he did with Dionne Warwick and the Carpenters, he did Stephen Stills justice when he covered his song. It was briefly played on the radio a few times. I remember hearing it back in Michigan there.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
I had a couple of Joe Cockers, but I think we've covered them. So I'll move to my third Joe Cocker. The other two were Unchained My Heart and What the Hell Little Help from My Friends.
I am.
Delta Lady, a Leon Russell tune.
Interesting there. All right.
I didn't know this, and this is weird because this is the specific group who covered it. This is like their big hit. And this is like the one song that they're known for. And I couldn't believe it was a cover. The song is Red, Red Wine, UB40, but Neil Diamond is the originator of that song. Did y'all know that?
Yes, I did.
No.
I remember hearing about it a lot of times.
Yeah. Yes.
And if we can remember to point this out, whenever you do make your choices on your picks, if it is a band that covered it, if that band was basically only known for that song, put that out as a highlight, because UB40, their biggest song was a cover.
Yeah.
What other songs are their biggest songs that are covered? I mean, keep that in mind when we're putting our picks out, please.
Yeah.
My favorite part of the song is the rap at the end. It's like red wine all the time, red wine. And you're so I forgot, but it's like a kind of like a rap at the end.
Ah, sure. Now, I only saw this on YouTube here.
Oh wait, it's my turn.
Oh, my bad.
Linda Ronstadt, You're No Good, originally by D.D. Warwick.
And later covered by Van Halen.
Oh, all right.
Yeah. All right, so it's on their second album, by the way, there. Good bass introduction by Michael Anthony.
Another one comes off my list.
Yep. And also now, for me, I found this is only available on YouTube. We all know the recent Fleetwood Mac tour with Neil Finn from Crowded House and Split Ends and Mike Campbell from Tom Petty and Heartbreakers. They were on that tour taking the place of one guitar player, Lindsey Buckingham. During the show, Mick Fleetwood introduces Neil Finn and the song that he was about to sing. Big hit on the radio and on MTV back when it came out in 1985. It was Fleetwood Mac covering the Crowded House song, Don't Dream It's Over. And Stevie Nicks sings the third verse on that song, by the way, there, before Neil starts with the chorus. And you also hear the audience singing along with the chorus just as well there. All right.
All right. My next one is another. You can almost look at Joe Cocker's catalog and see cover. This one is The Letter, which was originally by the Box Tops.
Al Shilton. I think he owned a later gained copyright of that song, if I'm correct.
Wouldn't surprise me.
Yeah, because that was always his biggest hit, so he made some good money there.
Yeah. They had other songs and hits, but none of them as big as that one.
Yeah, I know he became a cult. He had a cult following for many years. He had another band called Big Star, which gained the same perspective there, or same following, if I'm correct there. I hear up.
Yeah, I hit a button.
All right, that's okay.
YR.
All right. YR, dude?
We lost him.
There he is, our dude.
Let's see. Take my breath away. Jessica Simpson covered it, but Originators was Berlin.
Oh,
yeah, and that was going to fall on my bad list, but okay.
No, but Jessica Simpson's
heard
version ain't even that bad, though. No, it ain't even. It's poppy, and that's a pop song, right?
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it was a big pop. It's still played on the soft rock stations to this day.
Berlin 80s, right?
Yeah, absolutely. 86, the Top Gun soundtrack.
No, I like the Berlin one. I'm just not a fan of Jessica Simpson.
Well, I'm not a fan of Jessica. Well, none of us are fans of Jessica Simpson, period.
She acted, she did songs, the whole nine.
Yeah.
I used to love Jessica Simpson.
Why?
Well, okay, before 2002, I was really into pop music.
So those boy bands and girl
You have my
groups
sympathy.
Yeah.
No, it's more like you have my condolences.
Yeah, actually, I went to an NSYNC concert in the year 2000.
Oh, gosh.
But, 2002, it changed. It's changed for me because, 2002 was when I started listening to hardcore rap.
Okay, I'm not going to say no more.
Okay. Oh, is it my turn?
I think so. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Linda. Oh, I already.
Yeah,
said
we
that.
did that. Yeah.
Charles Bradley changes original Black Sabbath.
Yeah, I think that was mentioned already. Yeah, YR mentioned that already, but
Oh,
that
okay.
has to be brought up there.
Pretenders, Stop Your Sobbing, original The Kinks.
Kinks. Yep. Another one comes off my list.
All right. Let me look it up here. I'm trying to find the let's see here.
Right.
It's a song. It was I forgot the lady who covered it, but let's look it up here. It's a song by Black Sabbath. It came from the 1970 78 album. It's called cover version. Like, let's see here. Now, hold on. It came out on the Never Say Die album, and that was covered a couple of times by a female artist. I'm trying to look up the female artist who did it there. Give it a couple of minutes here. Blah, 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 blah. Knowing how ordinary it is. So on this damn computer here. Let's see here. Beth Patterson and Hench covered this song here. Now, I think I heard the Beth Patterson version on YouTube one time, while browsing around. I was like, oh, wow, this is interesting, But it's pretty good. It's somewhat close to the original there.
Uh-oh.
Okay, I'm going to do another Cocker tune. Beatles cover. She came in through the bathroom window.
Oh, that was a big one there. That was one of those other big hits on the radio.
You know who covered a lot of who is Neil Young covering a lot of
The Who?
Bob
Bob
Dylan.
Dylan? No, Jimi Hendrix did.
Now look it up, right? Or
Well, everybody covered Bob Dylan at this point.
Yeah.
Jimmy was no secret that Jimmy was a big fan.
like there is obscure songs that Neil Young covered. But on my list we do have. And this is interesting. Getting into some rock here. Keith, you know that band
Yes.
of Avenged Centerfold?
Oh, yeah, definitely. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, we know them, yes.
Well, they covered Pantera's Walk.
Oh,
Oh,
wow. Interesting.
I didn't know that.
Interesting.
What
Gotta
year
check
was
that
that?
out.
Do you know?
I think 2000s, I believe, if you want to look that
Oh,
up.
wow.
Yeah.
Old stuff. Let's see. Pretenders, Stop Your... Wait, I
You
already
just
did
did
that.
that one.
Greg Allman, These Days, original Jackson Brown.
Oh.
Wow.
I think Jackson Brown is still around, I guess he is.
I believe so.
No, because he hasn't put out anything in God knows how long there. All right, there. I'm trying to find another one there because I really... Oh, gotta mention this one. This one is... I'm going to throw out another Luther Vandross cover of another tune. This one is usually... I got to because... I had a lot of Luther on my mind as of late there for this topic here. I'm going to throw out this one here. It's originally by Dionne Warwick, but Luther, being Luther, made it to his own version there. It's a song called If Anyone Had a Heart. It came out in 1986. Very touching song. If you have a broken heart, your girl just let you down. If your chick and your boyfriend let you down, that's the song to play. That's for sure.
Okay.
All right.
I'm going to start with another guy that's known for pretty much doing a lot of covers. Johnny Rivers. First one will be Memphis, which was a Chuck Berry tune.
I remember hearing that.
And this is interesting. We've all heard of Pink Floyd, right?
Absolutely.
Mhm.
Yep.
Another Brick in the Wall parts 1, 2, and 3 was covered by Korn.
Korn. Yes, I remember that.
Can you believe that? What?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, interesting. That he kind of like did the original. I remember hearing that a couple times on the radio there. In fact, I think you don't expect Korn to do guitar solos, but they did David Gilmour's solo on part 2 pretty well there. And he also included Goodbye Cruel World as a closer of that track there. He had to throw that in there. Who couldn't?
Yeah. Harry Nilsson, Without You. Originally Bad
But that was
Finger.
already covered.
Right at the beginning of the show.
Yeah, it was.
Okay, Todd Rundgren, Happenings 10 years time ago, originally by the Yardbirds.
Yeah.
All right there.
Yeah, Rundgren did an album of covers, and that was on that album.
All right there. That's good there. I'm gonna go back to gonna throw this one. I remember this was featured in some action movie back in the early '90s. Warrant covering "We Will Rock You" by Queen. Originally done by Queen, I should say. I think it may have been in 1991. I forgot the name of the movie that it was appeared on. It was an action movie there. So obviously, being warned, at the last leg of their successful career before they went into obscurity and then start playing bowling alleys again.
Okay.
They did that song.
My next one is another Chuck Berry cover by Johnny Rivers, Maybelline.
Oh, yeah. That, like I said, that was the first Chuck Berry song I ever heard. There's some pretty good lyrics up there.
Yep.
Give Berry his credit for being a good lyricist.
Yeah, he was.
Yeah, it was, yeah.
He could tell some stories.
Mm-hmm.
YR.
Go ahead.
Forgot to mention this one, guys. Pretty woman, won't you pause?
Oh, my God.
It's on my list. I just hadn't got there
Roy
yet.
Orbison, Van Halen.
Yeah,
But I like Roy Orbison's version, too.
Yeah, it is good there, yeah. You ever saw the video for that song, Guire?
For who? Van Halen or Orbison?
Van Halen. Van Halen's version of Pretty Woman. You got to check it out, man. It is a trip to view, man. I remember seeing it on back in the day when it was all over MTV. It was like, holy moroli. Yeah. And by the way, the introduction, the piece Intruder there, before it gets into that song, that's actually a leftover from the Fair Warning sessions a year before. And that's Eddie doing the guitar synthesizer on that piece there.
Humble Pie, I Don't Need No Doctor, original Ray Charles.
Damn, that's on my list too.
Wow, interesting there. I didn't know that was a cover tune either.
Oh, I did. I mean, like I said, it's on my list. Boy, Keith, you're impressing the hell out of me tonight.
Good, I like that.
Wow.
Keep it up, the good work, dude.
Yes, thank you. Okay, yes, definitely.
All right.
That would be
all right there. Okay, I'm looking up right now. I gotta keep finding the shit to bring up there. I'm gonna mention this. I don't know who did the original, but "A Taste of Honey" covered by the Beatles.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And actually, Herb Alpert covered it too.
Oh yeah, but the Beatles. I remember it was on a record that my mom got for me one time. It was called "Introducing the Beatles" on VJ Records.
Right.
And this is before they became Mop Tops. Believe it or not.
Okay. My next one is yet another Johnny Rivers, but it was also covered by Creedence Clearwater Revival, Midnight Special.
Ah, man.
I forgot who did the original.
I don't know. You should probably look it up.
I think it's an old folk standard or blues or not blues, R&B standard, but I could be wrong.
All right. I'll look it up for you right now since I already have it over tab here. So there we go.
Yeah. Both those versions are different, but they're both good.
All right, there. Still good either way there. I remember, I think when I first started learning how to play guitar, and I always wanted to include one of the songs we need to learn in the textbook there. Let me look it up here. It's we got up pretty up here. Come on. All right. Okay. All right, there. It's a traditional folk song thought to have been originated among prisoners in the American South. The song refers to the passenger train known as the Midnight Special and its ever-loving light, ever-living light, as it's often referred to. It's been performed in the country blues style for the viewpoint of the prisoner that had been performed by many artists, including CCR. One of them was Leadbelly, Carl Sandburg, and also the lyrics have been known to be Florida lines appearing in various African American songs of that period. Notably in the grade songs, which is about prison captains, had nothing to do with the train or light. All right. That's good there.
And of course, I remember Midnight Special from the Twilight Zone movie.
Hello. And of course, absolutely. And let's not forget the TV show, The Midnight Special, that Don Kirshner put together in the 70s there.
Yeah, a lot of good bands on that thing.
Oh, yeah. Including Black Sabbath. They have that full set remastered and re-edited on YouTube right now. I was listening to that one time before I went to bed.
I believe it's YR's turn.
All right.
All right, so I actually like this cover. Are y'all familiar with the group, the Dixie Chicks? Country?
Yes.
Yeah, we are.
Oh, I know.
Yep.
I know what song you're gonna say.
I
You're
have
gonna
no
say
idea.
Landslide.
Landslide.
Oh, yeah. The
Fleetwood
Fleetwood Mac
Mac.
cover.
They
Yeah.
came out with that. See, like, they were hot. Dixie Chicks used to be popular, and then they made comments about George W. Bush, and then people didn't like them anymore.
Absolutely.
So that'll tell
yeah.
you when the time they were around. And they came out with this cover, Landslide. I believe they played it on I watched it. I believe it was like some country music awards or something. They did it, or Grammys or something. And that was their, they did that cover of the song because they had other songs they originally did.
Right.
They have a song called Earl or something about
Goodbye,
Earl.
Earl. Yeah, Goodbye, Earl. I've been hearing about that. The restaurant I worked at, Brad, they joked about that song a couple times when that song would be played on the jukebox.
But they did cover that though. But
I know, yeah.
I like the song "Traveling Soldier" by the Dixie Chicks.
Yeah. I don't like them.
Yep.
After when they made that remark about our then president at that time, that's when I was like, "Come on, give us a break." There, are you excited?
Yeah,
with the
but you
other
look
side?
at like shit now, and how she.
Yes.
I don't even remember what comment she made, but you look at now,
She
you're
said-
definitely allowed to make comments about your president.
Yeah.
Like look at Trump and stuff. Like
Yeah,
way
that's
different.
true. But it's how be prepared for the flag. And what they said during the concert, I guess it was in London, that they're ashamed that the president at that time, George W. Bush, was from Texas. I guess that's where they're from, if I'm correct, right?
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah. And a lot of people, patriotic people and country stations,
It was
really
different back then.
Yeah, it was. People were very upset. But nowadays, if they were to make that comment about Trump or whatever, they'd be praised for it by social media.
Right.
But there was this one country station I remember that was forming, and they asked the poll, should they play the Dixie Chicks, and everyone voted no.
What? I mean, country singers are Republican.
Most
and
of them.
No, that's what made
Most
it
of them.
Yeah.
yeah,
most of them are. I know Toby Keith has said in an interview that he's mostly a Democrat, but yet he sticks up for his country. When he wrote that song, what's that song about? We'll put a bullet in your head, put a bullet in your ass. It's American Way in response to 9/11.
I don't know.
Keith turn.
Courtesy of the red, white, and blue. That's what it was called.
Yeah, but I think if a country singer talk bad about Bush, not
Right.
talk bad about Trump, I think they would get booed off stage too.
That's true there, because a lot of country singers about America, supporting the rights of America.
Yeah.
Yeah, America, the homeland.
And this
So-
old flag and waves across my. Yeah, you know what I'm saying.
So
Yeah,
it's not really that different today.
Keith's
Yeah, it
turn.
is. That's true. Yeah.
Okay. Rod Stewart, I don't want to talk about it. Original Crazy Horse.
I already mentioned that.
Oh,
Son of a
alright.
bitch.
Okay. The
Pay
Taurus.
attention.
The Taurus, I Only Want to Be With You, originally Dusty Springfield.
You never
Well, we
heard of
know.
that song.
I heard
You
it.
heard of
I
that
believe.
song for real, Keith?
Yes, I have.
No.
I have. I have. There was a, and guess who the members of that group? Annie Lennox and Dave Stewart from the Eurythmics. That came out in
Wow.
1981 there. And I heard about it on a TV show late on the weekend nights on the Nickelodeon channel called Pop Clips. Had a VJ whose approach was cheesy as fuck, but they would play that clip along with other clips. I think they even played Michael Nesmith, that one video from Michael Nesmith, which had the Hulk Hogan lookalike. He also had Nicolette Larson on there as well doing, and he would, with the video ended being, oh, Nicolette, you did so good. Oh, I'm sorry there. Oh, that's cheese beyond cheese. I mean, come on, man. But that was the thing back then.
And it's your turn.
All right there. All right there. Let's see. This one. Speaking of Nicolette Larson,
Yeah, I was
the
going
song
to
that
say,
she covered this song by Neil Young back in 1978. "Lot of Love." It was her first big hit there.
which that goes with what Wire was saying earlier. 'Cause
Yep.
that was pretty much her only hit.
Yeah, no, exactly. Sadly, because and I think I mentioned this. You know, she had a song on that album. I think it's called "Can't Get Away From You," and it featured that uncredited appearance by Eddie Van Halen.
Okay. My next one is by a singer by the name of Juice Newton.
Angel in the Morning.
Well, no, that was the next
Oh,
one
okay. Okay, there. Because I know
Uh,
that was originally done in the past there.
by Mary Lee Rush and the Turnabouts.
Ah.
But the one I was going to mention was "It's a Heartache." She covered the Bonnie Tyler song.
Oh, wow. You know, interesting there. That was one of her first big, only hit until Total Eclipse of My Heart would come out a decade later there.
Yeah. And I believe, if I'm not no, that's somebody else. Never mind.
All right there.
Okay, YR.
The cover I don't mind. The original obviously is classic. And I don't know if you ever heard of the band the Ataris, but they covered "Boys of Summer"
I remember hearing that.
by Don Henley,
Don Henley.
which they used to play the Ataris version on radio a lot in the 2000s.
Yeah, they changed the lyrics instead of on the back of a Cadillac. I saw a Grateful Dead sticker on the back of a Cadillac. It was a Black Flag sticker on the back of a Cadillac.
Let's see. The Continental Drifters, song of Shelley's.
Wait.
Okay.
What does that mean, Brown? The Black Flag sticker? Or is that
Black
like
Flag was a punk band out of the L.A. area. They had released albums like Damage, My War, In My Head, and Henry Rollins was her frontman for many years until the band broke up in '87 there.
All right. Go ahead, Keith. Sorry.
Okay. The Continental Drifters, Some of Shelley's Blues, originally by Linda Ross Daddit and the Stone Ponies.
Hmm.
And probably by someone else.
Um,
Yeah.
In fact, that sounds like a Dylan song.
I think there I am. Now, my pickup, I'm going to look up I don't know who did the original, but I think it's called Friday at the Hangout, and it was covered by the Romantics, a Detroit band from the early 80s there. You may remember the song What I Like About You a year before.
Right.
This version
Yeah.
of Friday at the Hangout was on the second record called National Breakout, which I had. I got that record because it was going to be autographed by the Romantics, who was doing the in-store signing at a nearby record store. And I got that, and I listened to that album. It's a pretty good record there. Tomboy, the opening track was a good one. A Night Like This was a badass tune there. Big played on the radio there. And I remember years later when Jimmy Murillo's, the drummer, would form his own group, the Motor City Rockers. I brought that album to show him there. It's like, yeah, that was many years. It's like, yeah. And we would become buddies.
Okay, since you mentioned Angel of the Morning, I'll skip to my next one.
All right.
This Wheel's on Fire. Bob Dylan song is covered by the Byrds and Julie Driscoll, Brian Auger, and the Trinity.
Nice.
The Byrds version is probably the best of all of them.
All right.
That would be YR's cue.
All right. Why are you there, dude?
The song.
Hi, are.
The song. Hello.
Yeah.
Hello.
The
Hello?
song is the Star Wars theme. Bill Murray covered it, and it's originally John Williams.
Oh yeah, Bill Murray. Let me guess. It's Star Wars. Oh, that's good. The Saturday Night Live skit. Oh gosh, I remember that, man. Oh gosh, dude. Oh man, you ever heard of this guy called Miko? Miko. He did a
The
disco
Cantina
version.
theme.
Yes, and he mixed the theme with the Cantina theme into a disco version of that track there. Oh gosh. I think somebody got it. I think my sister got me the 45, but I was like, I'm listening to it like, huh? Since when did the Star Wars become disco? Well, give me a break, Dan.
Yeah. Keith.
Van Halen, you really got me originally by the Kinks.
I already mentioned that last
That was,
week.
I think it was
Crosby, Stills, Nash, and Young, Woodstock, originally by Joni Mitchell.
Nice.
And
All
also
right.
covered by Matthew's Southern Comfort.
All right.
Cool.
And speaking of Van Halen, I got to throw this one. Another Kinks cover they put on Diver Down. Where have all the good times gone? That was heavily played on the radio at that time as well, along with Oh Pretty Woman.
Oh, was that your choice?
That was my choice.
Okay. Mine is a David Bowie song, Heroes. King Crimson covered it.
Oh, yeah, I heard that as well. And don't forget, Robert Fripp from King Crimson is on the Bowie version as well.
Bowie version, yes.
Absolutely, yes.
But they did an excellent cover.
Yeah, absolutely, they did. I've yet to hear it, but I got it. But I know, but knowing King Crimson as good as they are, I got to definitely check it out there.
Yes, but Blue was singing that one.
All right.
This is pretty good. Let's go ahead and go with this one. Lowrider, right? It's done by War.
Right.
Group called Drunken Boat. Have you ever heard of them?
No, I haven't yet. No.
Must be for a movie or something.
It's Keith is taking a leak again.
Oh yeah.
At this time, yep. And thank goodness he muted himself.
Yeah.
On his turn.
All right. Okay.
All right. Michael Andrews and Gary Jules' Mad World, originally done by Tears for Fears.
Is that an industrial or a techno version there?
I don't know.
Because I remember here a couple. There was a couple times at the City Club in Detroit. There was to be this industrial dance tune, and it would have interpretations of that song into it. And I have a techno set on my phone here, and it has that included as well there. So I'm thinking maybe one of those two.
Yeah.
All right.
Definitely.
All right, and it's my turn. Let's see here. I remember hearing this version at the Live 8 when the Thompson. Do you remember the Thompson Twins, the new wave group? They did a pretty good version of Revolution, and they released it on one of their studio albums after they did their version on the Live Aid.
Wow.
Back in 1985. It kind of like updated a more 80s version of that song. The only problem is instead of "We all want to change the world," they changed it to "We all want to feed the world." because the subject
Well,
at that time
yeah.
was feeding the whole world, because all these Eastern countries were going through starvation and famine issues there. And sad thing about this is that I don't know from I remember hearing this that we still do not know if all the money that was raised to get all the food for that country ever got there, because from what I understand, the government steals it and keeps it to themselves so they can keep the people under their thumb.
Yeah, I heard that same thing.
Yeah, and which is sad because that's how scummy low life these dictators are.
Yeah.
If the people would eat, they would build up their strength and go after the dictators and revolt against them. But figure, hey, let's steal all the food, keep them weak, keep them poor, keep them malnourished, so they won't revolt against us.
Okay, next artist that I've got, you can almost pick any song and it's a cover.
Ah,
Linda Ronstadt, Love is a Rose, Neil Young.
oh yeah. Well, she released a covers album called Born in USA, I think it was, right? Back in 1978 there,
Yeah,
I
but
guess.
actually, like I said, almost anything she did was a cover.
Yeah. All right. Uh, In fact, by the way, one song that I did like when it first came out, I will mention later on.
Okay, YR.
The Birds, which probably was their biggest song, Turn, 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 but the originator was Pete
Pete
Seeger.
Seeger. Yep.
Ah, Pete Seeger, the folk
Now,
singer,
am
yeah.
I correct that the Birds, they're basically their most popular hit, or they're basically maybe their own
It's
hit?
one of the biggest, yeah.
The other being their cover of Mr. Tambourine Man by Bob Dylan.
Well, there was a bunch of songs actually, but yeah, those
Yeah.
two were probably the biggest.
And credit to the Birds, they were one of the originators of electric folk rock.
And they also did a lot towards psychedelia with 8 Miles High.
Yeah, and also credit to one of the members, Roger McGuinn, for introducing us the electric 12-string guitar.
Is it my turn?
Yeah.
It's your turn.
Pearl Jam, Last Kiss, originally done by J. Frank Wilson and the
Yep.
Cavaliers.
Yep.
Ah, I see there. I think I know which one you're talking
Good
about.
Good
You know,
song.
where can my baby be?
Ah, I
The
remember
Lord
hearing
took
that
her
a
away
couple
from
times.
me.
Absolutely, I've heard that a couple. The grocery store I worked at back in Michigan played that a few times on the loudspeaker.
Baby, when I leave, bro, they play that song on the oldie station all.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
Well, it was who was the guy who sung the song? Because it was the guy who they played.
J. Frank Wilson.
Yeah.
Okay there. All right, now back to me. We mentioned Linda Ronstadt a couple of seconds ago. She did her version of the song "What's New" with Nelson Riddle and his orchestra. That came out in 1985. It was a new direction for her. It was not too bad there. I remember seeing the video on it on VH1. No, actually, was it in VH1? Or I don't know, but it was a good song there. And she did justice to that cover there. I guess that was a cover tune there.
Yeah. Well, if Linda Ronstadt did it, chances are it's a cover.
Absolutely, yeah. Because most of her songs, as you mentioned, were covers there.
Another good one she did was When Will I Be Loved?
I remember hearing that as well many times on the soft rock stations. That's one of her big ones as well there.
Yeah, I have a list of about 8 of them, but I'm not going to go through all of them.
Yeah. Hmm.
Where?
Hello.
Yes.
Hello?
All right. Are you going to about to end the show pretty soon? We're going on 2 hours.
Almost 2 hours about,
Good time.
well, actually, almost close to 90 minutes here.
Well,
All
this
right,
should be a
let's
good
go.
time then.
Yeah, right
But
there.
let's let YR and let's
Close
go
it
one
off.
more
Keep-
round. And
All right, definitely.
Dr.
One more
Earl will
round.
close it.
We haven't
All right.
brought this up, I don't think, but the They're saying it's Wings, but we can all say it's Paul McCartney. Live and Let Die. Guns N' Roses covered it.
Oh my gosh, badass! You ever saw the video for Guns N' Roses version? That is a badass video there. Axl Rose just running around, running rapid, throwing this microphone stand every which way,
Dickhead that he is. Like a
Yeah.
douche. I can't stand that guy.
Nope, I don't like him either. Well,
Yeah,
the McCartney video, if you'd see the live performance of that, they use a lot of fireworks in that song.
yeah. I remember that. I remember that. That was the rock show video, just show right from '76, I think it was.
Or it could be. But
Yes, when he had his mullet.
I saw them in San Antonio in, 80s sometime. They did that song live and did the fireworks inside of that San Antonio thing. Then I saw them again and here they played the Dallas Cowboys Stadium in Arlington,
All right,
and they did the firework thing inside.
all right,
'Cause that's an enclosed stadium.
all right there. And gosh,
Okay.
Keith,
right?
Johnny Cash, Solitary Man, originally by Neil Diamond.
Ah,
wow. I knew Neil Diamond did the song, but I didn't know Johnny Cash did.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
all right there. And my final one for the evening will have to be Guns N' Roses covering Charles Manson. Look at Your Game Girl. It was a hidden. Charles Manson was trying to be a musician at that time. In fact, word has it that he tried to audition to be one of the Monkees.
Oh, Lord.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I.
Well,
that's
that's
what I
before
said
the
when I heard
murders.
about it. That's absolutely there. And apparently he released an album, I guess, of some of this work there. And Guns N' Roses, decided to do their version. It's acoustic version there for the Spaghetti Incident album. It's an uncredited hidden track there. And the royalties for their cover version didn't go to Charles, but it went to the families and friends of the murder victims. And they made sure that Charles doesn't get a damn cent.
That's good.
And the reason they covered that because, Axel at that time was recovering from his, annulled marriage to Erin Everly there. And I guess it was kind of like fitting what he was going through at that time. So they did their version there. And that was it. Like I said, it's a hidden track from the Spaghetti Incident album, which, by the way, it was a cover of album as well there. And I was going to mention, I also mentioned Guns N' Roses, and to close it up for it, I got to throw this one there, their version of Since I Don't Have You. Excellent cover of that one there.
Wow.
Excellent. All right there, and I guess that'll probably be it for this episode. Now, do we continue our favorite songs, or do we...
I got another couple of pages.
Okay, there. I should probably throw in a couple others as well there. I'm eager to get to the cover tunes that we don't like that are totally suck ass there. That's for sure.
That was actually, believe it or not, harder to do for me because if I didn't like them, I didn't listen to them. So I don't remember them.
There was a couple of versions I remember of various tunes. I was like, come on. And I got to bring that up a couple of times there.
Okay, well, we're going to do one more with the goods.
All right, there. We can probably...
We'll see how far that goes.
All right, there. All right, definitely. That'll be that next Monday, definitely, for Shizzle.
Okay.
All right, there.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So, I guess this concludes
You guys
our...
like my beard? Why are you like my beard?
The beard?
Yeah.
I see it. It looks good on you, dude.
All right. Thanks.
All you need to do, and your hair is growing out, I see there.
Yeah.
And all you need is let that grow out a little bit
Yep.
more there. And you'll be definitely looking cool there.
Yes.
All right, there.
All right.
All right, there. Let your hair grow out, and later I change that beard into a handlebars mustache. Like
Okay.
Triple H used to have, definitely for Shizzle.
All right.
All right. So I guess this concludes our episode for today of our show, and we'll be back next Monday for the continuation of